All right, welcome to the Ultimate Animal Showdown. We're about to uncover some of the most incredible record breakers in the natural world. We're talking the fastest, the strongest, and yeah, some of the absolute weirdest champions you can imagine. Let's dive right in.
So, first up, a real classic speed challenge. In one corner, you've got the mighty, bouncing kangaroo, and in the other, the long-legged and, surprisingly speedy ostrich. So what do you think? Who's taking home the gold in the sprint?
And it's the ostrich, not even close. Clocking in at a blazing 40 miles per hour, it just completely leaves the kangaroo hopping in the dust. This just proves that the animal kingdom is absolutely packed with surprises, and trust me, we are just warming up.
Okay, let's get into it with the real heavyweights and the speed demons. For this first part, we are looking at nothing but pure, raw physical power.
So, we've talked speed. Now let's talk about sheer size. I mean, when you picture the biggest animal on the entire planet, what pops into your head? An elephant, maybe? Let's see what the official record says.
Get ready for this. 170 tons. That is the mind-blowing weight of a single adult blue whale. To even try and picture that, think about a herd of 30 elephants, or the entire weight of a Boeing 757. This animal is, without a doubt, the heaviest creature to have ever existed on this planet. All right, let's switch gears and talk teeth. We all know sharks are famous for those terrifying, endless rows of pearly whites, right? But what happens when you put them up against, of all things, a humble catfish? Who do you think really has more bite?
Would you believe it's the catfish? And it's not even a close competition. We're talking up to 9,000 teeth. This is a perfect example of a hidden champion. Sharks get all the scary movie fame, but the catfish is quietly holding one of the most unbelievable records out there. Now, let's talk about pound-for-pound strength. A gorilla? Incredibly strong, no question. It can lift 10 times its own body weight. But that is nothing compared to a tiny ant, which can haul around 1,000 times its body weight. It's just a powerful reminder that true strength isn't always about being the biggest.
Let's take a quick flight and look at the champions of the sky. The peregrine falcon. Its diving speed is a mind-bending 200 miles per hour, making it the fastest animal on the planet, period. For just straight level flight, the dragonfly is the champ. Then you've got the bee, with the fastest wing beats. And of course, the hummingbird, which has the totally unique trick of being able to fly backwards. Each one is a true master of the air. But it's not all about raw power and speed. Sometimes true strength is about sheer endurance. So now let's look at the ultimate survivalists. These are the animals that have truly mastered the art of thriving in the absolute harshest conditions you can imagine.
Okay, when you think of an animal that can go forever without water, the camel is the poster child, right? It's the first thing everyone thinks of. But what about this tiny little creature, the kangaroo rat? Who's the real king of the desert here?
And it's another massive upset. The tiny kangaroo rat can go its entire life, we're talking up to 5 years, without ever taking a single drink of water. It gets all the moisture it needs from the seeds it eats. So yeah, the camel might be famous, but the kangaroo rat is the true master of survival. A huge part of survival is conserving energy, and hibernation is one of nature's most extreme methods. It's way more than just a really deep sleep. It's a state where an animal's entire body, its metabolism, just slows down to a crawl. This lets them wait out the toughest times, like a freezing winter or a terrible drought.
So while you have animals like hedgehogs that might hibernate through a cold winter, some take it to a whole other level. Get this, the desert snail can go into a hibernation-like state for up to 3 years just to survive a drought. Talk about playing the long game.
And speaking of rest, sleeping habits are just another wild area of adaptation. You've got these incredible extremes, from the koala, sleeping up to 20 hours a day, to the giraffe, which somehow gets by on just an hour. And then you have these clever tricks. Horses can sleep standing up, always ready to run from danger. And dolphins? They literally sleep with one eye open, keeping half their brain awake to watch for predators. Every single strategy is a masterpiece of survival.
Okay, for our last section, we are heading into the realm of the truly bizarre. These are the biological oddities that will make you question what is even possible in the natural world. Let's just kick this off with a wild one. Can an animal really, truly defend itself by shooting blood out of its eyes? It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. So what do you think? Is it true or is it false?
It is 100% true.
The horned lizard can actually rupture tiny blood vessels in its eyelids on purpose, shooting a targeted stream of blood right at its attackers. It is a shocking, and I have to say, a bizarrely effective way of saying, "Get away from me." And then you have the thing some animals can live without. Just take the starfish. It's this biological marvel that gets along just fine with no brain and no blood. Or the infamous cockroach, which, as we know, can survive for days without its head. These creatures just completely rewrite the rulebook on what it takes to be alive. Here's a question that really challenges one of the most fundamental rules of biology. Is an animal's sex determined for life, or is it actually possible for some to just change it?
Yes, it absolutely can. All clownfish are born male, but they have this incredible ability to change to female. It usually happens when the dominant female in a group dies. The largest male will then change sex and take her place. I mean, the adaptability of nature is just stunning.
So, after all of that, what's the big takeaway? I think it's that the animal kingdom is just built on the truly unexpected. As we've seen again and again, greatness doesn't always look the way we think it's supposed to. In the end, the real winners aren't just the biggest or the fastest or the strongest. They're the most surprising. Whether it's the impossible strength of a tiny little ant or the incredible patience of a desert snail, the most amazing stories are often found where we'd never think to look. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. If you could have any of these incredible animal superpowers, the dive of a falcon, the strength of an ant, or the endurance of a kangaroo rat, which one would you pick? It's pretty amazing to think about the superpowers that exist all around us, every day. Thanks for joining this explainer.